New details about a deadly crash on a central Kentucky road. What we've learned about the victim. New at 4.
Steamy temperatures continue throughout central and eastern Kentucky, but I am tracking a change that shows up in the 7-day forecast just ahead.
All 4 Republican candidates for governor face off in a debate with the primary election less than 2 weeks away.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. It continues to feel like summertime with this warm and humid weather. This is a live look at downtown Lexington, but will the humidity lead to any showers and storms? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. And Chris, some places are seeing rain right now.
Yeah, isolated stuff right on cue developing out there this afternoon, Jennifer. That's what you get when you throw that combination of heat and humidity into the mix at any point of the year, especially here into the month of May. Those temperatures have hit the mid-80s already in several spots, low to mid-80s throughout the region now. Look at southeastern Kentucky, where we have a little more in the way of some of those showers and storms and clouds. Our temperatures have dropped a few degrees. What we're seeing in Lexington now, we're looking toward the southeast and trying to pick up on a couple of those clouds that are billowing up with some of those isolated showers and storms. It's 83, by the way, right now in Lexington. Humidity is still fairly low across the northern parts of the area, but the farther south that we go, that's where we're seeing an increase in humidity and an increase in some spotty shower and thunderstorm action. Live first alert defender, some thunder, lightning being reported over the past hour from parts of Hyden into Leslie County, southern Clay County, over toward Barberville into Knox County. Isolated stuff here around Moorhead, maybe a sprinkle or two. Most of the Lexington metro continues to be into pretty good shape, though. We're starting to see some of those clouds beginning to pop up this afternoon, and at any point, an isolated shower or storm could try to go up. Most areas stay dry, but the steamy temperatures roll on into the coming weekend. Beyond that, Jennifer, a change shows up 15 minutes from now. We'll show you what that change means for the 7-day forecast.
New at 4, we now know the name of a mother killed in a crash on a central Kentucky road. She's 22-year-old Glenda Crump. The crash happened just before 8 this morning on US 68 in Nicholas County, about 2 miles from the Bourbon County line. The road was shut down for hours. Jordan Valines has the latest on the crash in our top story at 4.
A wife and a young mother killed early this morning in a 3-car crash right here along the Nicholas County-Bourbon County line. Kentucky State Police confirmed that 22-year-old Glenda Crump of Carlisle was the woman killed in the 3-car crash this morning. KSP initially thought that the accident happened when Crump stopped to turn left into a driveway along this road when a minivan behind her swerved into the grass around her, causing the car behind the van to not actually see that Crump had stopped. The car rear-ended Crump, causing her to go into the other lane and into the direction of an oncoming box truck. Several hours after the collision, KSP say they have received varying reports of the accident from both the woman in the passenger car and the driver of the box truck. They're still investigating how exactly this crash happened, and they're still looking for the person or persons in the red minivan that happened to swerve around Crump's car initially.
Collision is still in its infantile stages as far as trying to figure out which vehicles were in which position because of the way they ended up. We're still trying to figure out which cars were where, and you know, that's why we've got our accident reconstructions out here.
Coming up at 5, you might be surprised to hear who the very first person was to call 911 after the accident happened. In Nicholas County, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Police say Timothy Thompson of Lexington was driving the box truck. He was not hurt. Kayla Livinggood of Carlisle was driving the Hyundai Elantra. She went to Bourbon County Community Hospital and is expected to be okay. The 4 Republican candidates for governor debated this morning on Kentucky Sports Radio in Louisville. Candidate James Comer's abuse allegation was a hot topic. An ex-girlfriend told the Courier-Journal Comer was mentally and physically abusive to her during their relationship 20 years ago. Comer says that's not true. He blames rival Hal Heiner's camp for putting out the story.
Do you believe Hal Heiner was part of this story coming out?
I certainly hope not, but his campaign was, yes.
But to insinuate that somehow we're behind this is totally and absolutely false.
Comer says he will pursue all legal options, including possible action against the newspaper. We're working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Amber.
Good afternoon to you, Jennifer. State police in eastern Kentucky are searching for a Perry County man after a late-night shooting. It happened in the Erie community. Witnesses told police 61-year-old James Brewer shot Robert Earl Miller in the face after an argument. Miller was taken to the hospital. His condition is not known. Investigators say Miller left the scene after the shooting. A warrant is now out for his arrest. State police say they are close to releasing the name of the person whose remains were found in Rockcastle County and are just waiting on the medical examiner to make a positive identification. The man who found the remains, Bruce Smith, was in court today answering to several charges, including tampering with physical evidence. Police say he led them to the remains last month, but took a bone, telling police he didn't think it was human. We'll have more on what happened today in court coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. And a meeting will be held this afternoon concerning downtown streets. The public meeting will focus on study results for changing several one-way streets downtown to two-way. It will gather input on changing Main, Vine, South Limestone, High, and Maxwell streets. You'll hear from downtown business owners on what they think coming up on WKYT News at 6. That is a look at just some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Now to stories making headlines around the world at 4. Investigators have new evidence that a Germanwings co-pilot deliberately crashed a plane into the French Alps in March. They're finding that evidence in the flight data recorder from the plane, but it's from a different flight earlier in the day. Investigators say Andreas Lubitz, during the earlier flight, appears to have practiced putting the plane into a controlled descent just 2 hours before the crash on the plane's return flight from Spain to Germany. By the end of the year, an extra set of eyes will be on patrol with Baltimore police officers, body cameras. Mary Maloney has that and other changes city leaders are planning.
We have to get it right. Failure is not an option.
Today, Baltimore city leaders announced major reforms they want to make to reestablish trust between police and the community. First up, body cameras by the end of the year.
The ability to hold them accountable will help make sure that something like that doesn't happen again.
At the same press conference, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake announced she wants the Justice Department to dig deeper. She says a federal probe will help the city make sustainable and significant improvements.
The Department of Justice has employed these investigations in communities across our nation to reform serious patterns and practices of excessive force, biased policing, and other unconstitutional practices by law enforcement.
Riots erupted in Baltimore following the death of Freddie Gray. 6 officers are now charged in his death. The violence led to a state of emergency in Maryland. That order remained in effect until this morning.
Today we come together to bring a conclusion to this incredible effort that this team was responsible for last week to end the violence in Baltimore City.
According to the governor's office, the total cost of responding to this crisis hasn't been fully calculated, but the state will withdraw $20 million from the rainy day fund to help cover the damage. I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Approximately 250 businesses, 170 cars, and a number of homes were damaged during last Monday's riots.